it's like, what were they, like, who did they hire to write this, you know? Like, Jason from grade 8, you know? What'd be awesome is if Vincent had like a sky surfboard. He's like super cool, like doing flips and stuff, and he shot this helicopter because he's like Vincent, he's super cool. You can do that, and then he also is like he's got like better guns than everybody else, and he's like he can just lift his hand and block all the bullets because he's super cool.
However, considering the location of the enemy, this could work to your advantage.
FF triple X.
Head for the central complex and locate a means of reaching the top level.
Hey, I had a flip phone. I had one of those old razors. Hell yeah.
Platform. I'll contact you again. Shout out.
Time for shooter god, dude, bro. Let's go. Midgar. Oh, I see what they're doing. It's Midgar Assault. They're trying to recreate the Midgar Assault from Final Fantasy VII. It's just nostalgia again. That's all it is. That's why you assault Midgar, because Midgar Assault was like a huge part of FF7. That was amazing in FF7. But in this, it's just fan service. I see now. I won. I'm better than you guys. I like how that's treated in FF8. Zella's all like, hey, it'd be pretty cool if I use this hoverboard, and then the actual guards, I was like, no. Yeah, I know, right? Like, Zell tries to act like a super cool dude, but he's kind of like shut down, which gives like a comedy relief to him instead, which is fun and interesting. Exactly. Rather for this game was Hiroki Chiba. He was an event planner on the FF7 team, did a small time scenario writer at FF8, and took lead as story after this game. So basically, not a writer. Wow, it's almost like every single time we've played a game with bad writing, the main lead writer has not been an actual professional writer.
Yes, it does.
Gee.
Sir, I've received a radio transmission reporting the remaining air squads have reached the upper level plates and joined the ground forces.
Fine.
Small story writing for Lightning Returns. Okay.
Requesting permission to...
Just so we're on the same page, small story writing is basically side quests. And every single side quest in almost every single game is generic. Give me 5 boar livers. We need to kill these guys. Rescue this person. Search 5 crates. Whatever. You know, like it's the generic side questing. Period. That's what small story writing is. Get 20 bear asses. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that does explain a lot. His experience with writing professionally, first off, is in Lightning Returns, LOL. But more than that, it's side questing, generic. You know, just generic stuff. What was the other game we played? There was a ton of other games we played where the writer was actually like the programmer or the audio. Like, okay, what was it? It was Eternal Sonata. The lead writer for that game, there was no lead writer. It was it was like the music composer or something like that was also the story writer. Suikoden 3, it was the lead programmer that was the writer of the story. These are not professional writers. They didn't go to school and study writing like mentalities and styles and methods and everything like that. Like they're not professional storytellers. They're just programmers trying to tell a story because the developers cheaped out and didn't hire a storyteller. 57 Metacritic for this game? Whoa, what? No way. I would expect this game to have like an 80 Metacritic score because of all the edgy 14-year-olds bumping it up with 10 out of 10s. The fact that this has a 57 Metacritic score shows that even like there weren't very many people that actually, like Ephemeral Fantasia has a higher Metacritic score. What the hell? Oh, I know why. Because this is Final Fantasy, so a lot of Final Fantasy fans played this and were like, what the F? Whereas nobody played Ephemeral Fantasia and cared about it enough to go to Metacritic to rate it because they wouldn't be upset about a bad game randomly out there. So yeah. Not enough fan service, 5 out of 10. Let's read some of the, I want to read some of the good reviews. Let's see. Critic review, 90 out of 100. This game should not disappoint fans. It is different for sure, but it's also excellent. Very well executed shooter, which still retains the elements of FF we all love. The complex plot, upgrade, XP, and even a chance to discuss chocobos if you find the right girl to chat with. Really? That's it? That's your 90 out of 100. That's your 9 out of 10 is it's got FF and Chocobo Girl. A must-have, one of the best Final Fantasy games ever made. Wow. And let's go to this 0 here. Have you ever sat and wondered, hey, you know what game, you know that game Hatred? I'd love a Japanese anime version of that. Never know that game. I don't know that game. Dirge is an ugly, cynical, and tiresome video game, the likes of which the next generation will hopefully eradicate. That's harsh. That's harsh. A really a pathetic game. It's repetitive, cliched, exploded barrels, got old about 5 years ago, and poorly controlled. What's really sad about this game is that it has a great story and fantastic graphics and music. What? How can you say this game is a fantastic story? That's like the only thing that's actually really bad about it, aside from the visual aesthetic is really not super great either, because the lack of detail is staggering. But yeah, that's definitely a user review. Yeah.
Do as you wish.
Sir, thank you, sir.
The story makes this game worthwhile. Ugh. How is story like the only thing that people are saying is good? Do they ever read or what? I'm full HP, I can't use that. This feels a little loud. Let me turn that down a bit. Tifa was in it, and not a single person used BGG Yes or BGG Baka. Unbelievable.
Sir, let me join you.
Sure, you can take some shots for me.
Just don't get in my way.
Can I comment on how efficient of a commanding officer Vincent and soldiers asking for orders and directions? He tells them to do as they wish. That's how you become disorganized game and killed. He's not a commanding officer though. He's just like here. He's not part of the WRO or anything. He's just helping out his buddies again. Arbitrary car key, 57. There's a lot of cliche and a lot of storytelling all over the place. Like if you think there's no like cliche elements in some of the best stories you've ever written or read, you know, you're just kind of blind to that. But like, it's about how they're written. It's the words that are used, the style of writing, how it's portrayed. Like, you know, there's good ways of writing cliche story, and then there's bad ways of writing cliche story. What are you guys shooting at? There's tropes and cliches. Tropes are just cliches done well. I would disagree with tropes being cliches done well. Tropes are not super great usually.
My brother and I used to play here all the time. My mom didn't approve though.
Tropes are just
After she
repetitive
died,
cliches.
My brother joined a Shinra resistance group.
They're standards,
I was
you
killed
know.
when the plate fell in.
I mean, trope and cliche is almost synonymous, right?
I can't believe this place is still here.
Lieutenant! Soldiers!
That's not how you use cover? Yeah, I know, right?
The enemy's almost here!
Yeah, contradiction is usually part of bad storytelling as well. That's another aspect of like bad storytelling that you get a lot of the time. Plot holes, huge amount of plot holes in this game. When it's like, yeah, kill people to trick Omega to thinking the world's ending, when it's like there's been cataclysmic events throughout history on this planet over and over and over again, but apparently that wasn't enough to trigger Omega, but a few people dying is, I guess. Like inconsistencies in story delivery and storytelling. Tropes are storytelling tools. They can be overused, used well, or just plain bad, but objectively tropes are just tools. And it's how they are used or overused that makes them bad usually. Yeah, I can kind of see that. I mean, every story has a trope of some kind somewhere in there, like a tsundere girl, or, you know, like invincible hero character, or, you know, plot armor kind of thing. Cool. Random keycard NPC. He has to drop down. Gotta have a keycard NPC, or else how would you advance the game? What do you expect me to have an area that doesn't advance with a keycard? Ridiculous. Oh, we gotta have keycard NPC drop down randomly. Yeah, like it eases you into the story, FF10 does,
Vincent
yeah.
Valentine.
And it creates a world
Thank
around
you
you
for
that's
your
natural.
assistance.
The term trope is usually negative because it
Reach the
means the
central
viewer
complex.
has recognized something that is already oversaturated. Most of the time, it leaves a bad impression. So basically, the difference between a trope well done and not well done is how easily it's detected and how generic the writing around it is. Okay, I see it now. I understand. I got you.
You must proceed through this maze of decommissioned train cars. However, I have received reports that beyond the graveyard are some of the enemy's most powerful defenses.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Gotta have that train graveyard in there because that's
wait.
FF7
I can't let you
fan
go
service
without that.
again.
You
Why
heard
go
what Sid
through a
said.
different
Your
sector
job
when
is
we
to
can
live.
go through the one that we went through in FF7, which is
Come with
super
me,
cool?
Chances are you'll all die.
Understood. I'll remain here until the current situation has improved. Good luck, sir.
Sir,
Sir. I'm Sir now, because apparently I got promoted to General or something by not enlisting in the WRO. I still don't have enough money to do anything meaningful. Where are you shooting me from? Boop. Oh, for sure. But that being said, if the game didn't have Final Fantasy in it, it would actually be stomachable, honestly. The main reason why it's frustrating and why I speak so heavily against it is because it takes something that had value, which is the FF7 story and plot, and crumbles it. It just destroys it. FF7 does not deserve this, you know? It really doesn't. Well, those guys didn't make it. Ah, what the hell? Run around in circles and shoot the guys before they shoot you. I got tired of my machine gun missing. Na, 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 na. Better than Ephemeral Fantasia? Pretty hard to not be better than Ephemeral Fantasia. Wait, I died? Oh. I didn't even realize I was taking damage. Alright, I guess I died. Boop. Dude knew I was there before I even turned the corner. Like he straight up started shooting at me before I even turned the corner. Gotta love the AI in this game. 100% accuracy, always knows exactly where I am, will just point at my location. It's very lazy AI, basically. What that means is that they didn't devise the AI to actually be to actually require line of sight or anything. It's just, if you are in range, it will point immediately at you and start shooting. The end, that's it. There's nothing more complicated other than point shoot. It's an aimbot. Yeah, it's just an aimbot, right? Yeah, there's no like human element given to it. Oh! Yeah! How is the train graveyard here when the Sector 7 plate was dropped? What the hell? Oh my god, I didn't even think. Nice shadow effect. Okay, apparently that's my shadow now. I have a good idea, take it easy, man. Nice shadows. Roar! I'm a dinosaur! Wait a second, I lost the proto-materia inside of me, which allows me to control my demon form, but here I am controlling my demon form. Wait, something doesn't add up. Hold on, I don't know what it is. Let me think about this for a second. Nope, seems good. Everything's fine. Kill him! Kill him!
Vincent Valentine.
Everybody knows the famous and awesome, super cool Vincent Valentine.
There's no way out of here.
None. I looked all over, but found nothing. It looks like we're both stuck in here.
Hey, what's up so late?
Shelk.
Vincent Valentine.
Gotta say your
The
full
only
name every
way
time we
out of the
contact you.
graveyard is through a nearby underground passage.
Where?
I'm uploading the location now.
How many hours roughly are we in? Oh, about 10... 5?
Also, up ahead, Deep Ground has established a heavy line of
We're
defense.
stuck in here, but up ahead there's a line of defense that you'll get to eventually once you...
You probably
become
won't
unstuck.
Even break a sweat. But I thought I would let you know.
No, I've played this before. I played it during the Final Fantasy Fiesta 2 years ago, and I hated it then. That was my first time actually playing it, and I hate it now. And let me just be clear that I can understand that this game is okay in some regards, but generally speaking, it's not good. It's not a well-made game. It's lazy. It's dull visually, and the story is atrocious. Rah, rah, rah! Oh, ow. Uh-oh. I didn't get much time with that. Whoops. No, point that way. Shoot him. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm shooting stuff. This limit break isn't even good. It does full heal you, which is nice, but it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. These idiots just keep running at me. You almost got me, bro. Oh, you almost got me again. Come on, come and get me. Come on, come on. I'll even give you a second. One. Okay, you missed me again. Hold on a second. I need to grab this item really quick. Hold on. I need to get these items over here really quick. You missed me. You missed me again. You missed me again. Just, like, either the enemies are just completely face roll easy, or they just constantly shoot you until you shoot them back enough to where they die. Like, you just stock them on potions and mash the potion button to not die. It's just... There's no, that's the problem with the gameplay, is while the movement is kind of okay, the actual like mechanics of the enemies are terrible. There's no design to the mechanics. It's like walk up and sword swipe. That's the mechanic. Wow, so deep, you know.
Succeeded in drawing out the keeper.
Oh, I remember this part. This is when I found out that you can be a 14-year-old COD player. Get wrecked, nerd. Get wrecked. I remember this when I played this 2 years ago. Oh. This is not the modulating speed game or phase game, but it is just as bad. It's Vincent instead of Zach, basically. The modulating phase game is you would know because literally like every 5 seconds, modulating phase, there is no combat because you just sit there doing roulette wheels 99% of the time. I would suggest you play it. It's definitely a video game. But for whatever reason, people got a big hard-on for Zack, and I don't really understand why, because like his actual presence in Final Fantasy VII story is very limited. It's very, very limited. You have to actually go and find the side cutscenes with him in it, and it's not very much even when you do get it. But people just really love Zack for whatever reason. He's actually kind of a weakling. He gets wrecked. But whatever, I mean, I don't know. Full on stuff. Well, how much monies do I have? Maybe I can get an upgrade. I could buy some bullets. It's not a whole lot of power. Ooh, that's power. RNG? I don't want more RNG. That sounds like a bad upgrade. I don't want more RNG. Just put little Queen Charlotte. Nice. She's so good, dude. A lot of people were saying she was like, she's not super great. They're idiots, man. She's super good, dude. She's MLCan freaking murder bot. But not only that, she's just good. I mean, like, I don't dislike Zack. Like, to be clear, I think Zack is a fine character. He's really important in the plot for that reason, and he's kind of a cool. I like how much parallel there is between him and Cloud, you know. And I don't dislike Zack. I just like there's so much like confusing love for Zack that is just like I don't get it. But hey, I mean. That's just the way it goes, you know? Like, I don't dislike him, and I don't hate the fact that Zack is popular. I'm just confused by his popularity.
Vincent Valentine.
Yes, that's me. Yes, why do you have to say my full name every time?
Reach the central complex. Proceed up to reach the plate's surface.
What's wrong?
The approaching deep ground squat. No, it's nothing. I'll contact you again.
Again.
Aerial troopers. Good luck, Vin.